Good day everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Front Runner Fridays podcast. On today's episode we are live on the streets of Adelaide, South Australia for this year's 2024 VAILO Adelaide 500. On today's episode we are joined by Battery World Aussie racing car driver and Western Sydney Motorsport Tyrepower V8 SuperUte series driver, Cody Brewzynski. Cody, how are you, mate?
Very good, nice and warm today, but yeah, not too bad.
So mate, couple sessions here in Adelaide this weekend. We had practice and quali yesterday for Thursday. 2 races here on the streets of Adelaide today, Friday. How's it going for you so far?
Yeah, I think we're pretty speedy. We need to tune our car up a little bit. The crew's working their backside off as usual to obviously try and make the car that little bit better. We're battling with a bit of front locking and a bit of understeer. So we finished up P5 in the first race today and went for a move on the last lap, last corner for the win in that last race and didn't quite pull it off and finished third. So yeah, we're pretty racy. We've got a little bit to find. Adam Marjam's a little bit up the road, but yeah, hopefully we can tune our rig up and go a bit faster.
Yeah, all right, mate. And talk us through Adelaide Street Circuit. Pretty brutal. Turn 8. A couple of your teammates here in Western Sydney Motorsport had a couple of incidents here in Turn 8 this weekend. Talk us through what you think of the Adelaide Street Circuit. Bit of fun?
Oh, mate, it's the best circuit on the calendar, I think. It rewards, that hard type of driving. They've changed the surface up this year, which has brought a few other characteristics, I suppose, into the circuit. But you've got the staircase section, which is obviously so iconic, going back to the Formula 1 days, and then Turn 8's fast committed, and then you kind of head back into the last couple of corners where you've got to be, I suppose, really delicate with the car and ride the curbs correctly. So it's one of my favourite events as well, so much off-track stuff going on as well. So, yeah, it's awesome. Yeah,
for sure, mate. And talk us through Gold Coast. We wrapped up tight turnaround for Western Sydney Motorsport. Came off Gold Coast. You had double duties on the Gold Coast just a few weeks ago in your Battery World Aussie racing car. Talk us through how you managed the stressful weekend under the pump, Aussie racing car and SuperUtes. Talk us through it on the Gold Coast.
To be honest, it was a whirlwind of a weekend. I think on Friday I was on track 6 times, but at the end of the day, that's what we train for, right? That's what I train Monday to Friday to do, is stuff like that. So it's obviously hot in the cars. The team catered for me well. They run pretty thin, covering 10 cars over the weekend. So I can't thank them enough. I had my family there. They were passing me waters and made the weekend as, I suppose, comforting as possible. It was definitely difficult jumping from car to car with one being nearly 2 tonne and one only being 500-600 kilos. So that was very different. But to be honest with you, I was really happy with my own personal performance. We finished 4th for the round in the Aussie car and 5th in the Ute. So we were thereabouts. We lacked a few things, but overall wasn't a disaster, and we kept it off the walls most importantly.
Yeah, for sure, mate. And Aussie racing cars this season, you finished 3rd in the championship. Talk us through how your season went in the Aussies.
It was funny. I wasn't meant to do the whole year.
Yeah.
Craig Thompson from Western Sydney Motorsport kind of said, let's just do the first round, and we did the first round, then we did the second round, we did the third, and then we were going into the last round 2 points behind the leader. So it kind of happened really fast. We had glimpses of speed, I suppose, in the rain, and moments that stand out is like Phillip Island, the last race when we won by 10 seconds in the rain. So we had glimpses of speed. We probably lacked a little bit with our car, but we tuned it up over the year and got it a little bit better. But yeah, ultimately we're probably 3rd quickest all year, and just by being in the right spot at the right time, we're able to still, suppose, be in the shot for the championship. And we tried everything, we gave it everything. The team worked so hard leading up to the event and getting the car prepared and making sure everything was good. So yeah, it was a bit disappointing not to, I suppose, reward them with a result, but yeah, those things happen.
All right, and talking through results, obviously you're here with Western Sydney Motorsport this weekend, have been this whole year. Talk us through Paulie and some of the boys they're taking you under their wing, and what do you think of Western Sydney Motorsport hard-working crew here?
Oh mate, absolutely. That's probably the most down-to-earth, I suppose, team up and down the grid or pit lane, whatever you'd like to call it. Me being from Western Sydney myself, it obviously suits my culture well. Everybody is so welcoming, and they're just happy to, I suppose, be here, and most importantly, they want to win the race, right? That's what we all train to do, and we work our backsides off to win. That's the end of the day. So I can't thank Paul, the whole crew, Craig Thompson enough for what he's done for me and the opportunities that he's given me. Racing 2 cars at events, racing at tracks like this and Bathurst and all that sort of stuff. I'd be nowhere near the driver and person I am today without those people.
Yeah, for sure, mate. And obviously coming off Friday and Thursday this week, trying to find those little tents on the track. Where are you looking to find these little bits of speed Saturday and Sunday this weekend? Where is it on the track?
I feel like we're really good in the first half of the track. Our car seems to like the shorter type of corner, so at the moment I can really attack the staircase type of section of the track and really start using the curbs and attacking the curbs. We should lack a little bit, I suppose, turn 9, 10 into 11 and 12, and then the last sector as well. So I think it's hard. We got to try and, I suppose, drive to the strength of our car, and the strength of our car is the short corners. Like I said before, we're battling with a lot of understeer and front brake locking, so I'm constantly on the brake bias adjuster to be tuning that up as well. So I've got the best crew here. They're working their backside off. We throw a lot at the car to improve it, and fingers crossed we can get it sorted and come away with the win that everyone works so hard for.
For sure, mate. And talk us through your driver coaching program you got here. So off the topic of you race Aussie racing cars and SuperUtes, but you have a bunch of Groms that are trying to make it to your level in the go-karts. Talk us through what you're doing for all these young kids in Australia. Yeah,
I've probably coached 60 to 80 kids a year, Australia-wide, and run a, suppose, pretty successful go-karting team that's been around a long time and managed by a guy called Troy Hunt, who's been involved in the sport for a long time. So to work with someone alongside him is really cool, and I suppose to help these kids achieve what they want to achieve out of the sport, which is either just having fun or spending time as a family, or progressing on to other forms of motorsport like GB3 and Formula 3 and stuff like that as well. So I'm very lucky. I get to spend my day job at the track as well. Not many people get to do that, and I love it, seeing the smile on kids' faces, starting from when they're 6-year-old to obviously trying to win Australian championships and stuff. So very lucky.
For sure, mate. And obviously I had a chat to you yesterday behind the scenes. You made a lot of you and your mum's sacrifice. You're in Europe at my age, 15. I'm doing reporting and you were racing in Europe. Didn't know any of the language. If you wanted something, you had to learn. So talk us through the sacrifice and what it took to make it to where you are today. Quite a process. Yeah,
I suppose I was being in this sport for a long time. My family, I'm not even saying my mum, my mum and my dad and my sister and my whole family made a lot of sacrifices for me to do what I do today, and something I'm truly grateful. Probably don't say enough, I suppose. I was 15, went to Europe for the World Championship there, and it was just me and mum there for a long time, and we didn't understand the language, we didn't understand where we were going or what we were doing or anything like that. So it was I suppose difficult, but that's I suppose what's cultured me into the person I am today. And I was lucky enough to go back the following year as well and have my dad with me that year, and we ran top 10 in the World Championship in karting. So very lucky to do what I do, and most importantly, like on the Gold Coast, to wake up in a hotel room with my dad, my mum, my sister,
on the beach.
On the beach with my niece there as well. It's stuff that you look past, very often.
For sure, mate. And there's obviously we just touched on sacrifice with family. Do you enjoy having your family here watching a race? Obviously, when you have a crash, always not too fun, but having them here at the track, it's always great, good fun. Yeah,
exactly. Like like I said, we're surrounded by such a great team here, but to have my dad on the comms is pretty funny. I think a lot of the boys find it hilarious listening to us on the comms as well. But I wouldn't do it any other way. I've done motorsport as a family since I was 6 years old, and this is my second race my mum has ever missed. So she's cheering on from the sidelines, but I wouldn't change it for the world. And at the end of the day, I think it's important to keep that aspect of the sport. That's why we do it. You got to remember why you started it, and a lot of people, I suppose, look past that sometimes and get into the nitty-gritty side of it. But everyone at this team's like a family anyway. We're all joking around, laughing around with each other, and growing and thriving off each other's energy.
Most definitely. And talk about networking when you thrive off each other's energy, making it to Western Sydney Motorsport. I feel like the crew here is so knowledgeable, and they're willing to open up opportunities for like Groms, myself, having a crack, trying to make it to supercars one day. Just touch on the opportunities that they open for people like yourself.
Yeah, like Craig Thompson and Paul and the whole crew didn't have to give me this opportunity. Like at the end of the day, they wanted to see someone, I suppose, come through their team and supposedly make it someday. Whether it's being a mechanic or a data engineer or a driver or whatever it is, they're so, I suppose, comforting. And that's what I love about it. Not many people up and down this pit lane or pit area really want to give you that opportunity. So I'm so grateful for what everyone's done for me, the way that they welcomed me and provided me with these opportunities. Is something that I'll never forget.
Most definitely, mate. And lastly, where from here for Cody Brewzynski? Obviously, I truly believe we will be seeing you in supercars one day. Obviously, it's quite a step to get there. Dunlop Super 2 is an option, but where from here for you, mate?
Listen, I've worked pretty well known what I want to do. Like, I want to make supercars at some point. It's pretty obvious what my next plan wants to be, which is Super 2. We're working very hard as a group and as a collective to try and make that happen. Fingers crossed we can maybe get something over the line within the next couple of weeks, but also I'd love to come and do this again, the team, and I feel like we've really got our cars in the window the last kind of couple of race meetings, and it's given us something to really fight for and look forward to for next year. So we'll see what happens over the next few weeks. I'm hustling hard. It's all those partnerships and stuff and all the important stuff that this sport that goes overlooked sometimes.
For sure, mate. And just to finish up, we had a chat earlier today. You said for me to not ask you what's your favourite colour, so I'm going to do it anyway. What's your favourite colour?
My favourite colour is blue, but I have a black car with no blue on it, so it's a bit
green.
disappointing. Yeah, blue and green, wanless.
Oh, perfect. Well, thanks for coming on the podcast, mate. It was absolutely awesome having you. Western Sydney Motorsport, Cody Brewzynski on the podcast today. We are live on the streets of Adelaide, everyone, for the VAILO Adelaide 500. A couple more interviews coming up this weekend. It's going to be great. Thank you for everyone at the team of Western Sydney Motorsport for giving me these opportunities. I can't wait to be spending more time with you guys soon. So cheers, everyone. Have a good one.